Good morning. Welcome to Fallawsophy. I'm your host, Jennifer Fallaw-Doering, and today is a good day. It is a very good day. We're going to go over some Gentel from yesterday, and if you missed it, I put this out yesterday morning on Real News Live with Mike and Jen on Rumble, and the Gentel is posted on Telegram pretty much everywhere. But you can go to Jennifer Fallaw-Doering or Fallawsophy on Telegram to see that the written Gentel notes. I have another missing piece today that I'm going to add on to that. I don't have it in written form. Not really sure if I should write it down. So you're just going to have to remember what I say. You're going to want to watch this one all the way till the end. Okay? We're going to do the advertising and updates right up front because I've got a lot to get to. Hang on a second there. Okay, so I'm running a sale, jenniferfallaw.com. I probably have a banner here. Let's go see if I do. Pink. There we go. Go to jenniferfallaw.com. I've got a 15-minute session, which is a check-in with your spirit guide to see if you're on the right path, you're on the right track with your life plan and what you plan to accomplish, and if there's any suggestions there that to help you move forward in a positive direction. And pretty sure you're all on the right path, considering what I know today. Okay. Also, emails. I will get to them. Okay, I'm trying. I was playing last night. Then I got into making. And I'm like, oh, I got to run to the store. So then I ran to the store. That was like 2 hours. Then I came back. Then everybody wanted dinner. So then I made dinner. Then we cleaned that up, and then I planned on doing that late last night, and then I fell asleep. Okay, crap. I'll get up early, and I'll do it this morning. So I got up early to do it this morning, and I had to take a very important call. But I'm glad I did. And then after I took that very important call, I was all into asking questions to line up what I was going to say to you for this show. So let's get into. I'm having a good day. I'm having a really good day. I'm having a good week. I think you all are having a good week. You just don't know it yet. All right. Okay. Focus. Let's go over the Gentel, shall we? Oh, let's get back to the banner. All right. So when I got this Gentel, just kind of seemed random, and it was like Monday morning, and I hadn't followed what was going on over the weekend too much, and I was like, well, I have no idea what's going on. Hopefully I don't, I'm gonna just put that out there, and hopefully I don't look like some kind of idiot, It seems to be coming together. So this is interdimensional meditation, and it was for August 19th, yesterday. Archangel Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, and Haniel. Gabriel spoke. Most time. That's why I always have my hair in the front, because I try to tuck these cords under my hair. Doesn't quite work. First thing he did. Sometimes, many times throughout my spiritual journey and trying to receive this information. Now, I started out in the paranormal, interested in the paranormal because I grew up in a haunted house. And so I really, when you start out in the paranormal field, or interested in that, you really learn to debunk things as much as you can because you want real, accurate information. You don't want anything fake. So over time, really tried to get out of my own way and, stay grounded. Say, well, I don't know. That was, I could have screwed that up. Um, but the angels will do things because of that, because of the way I am, to grab my attention. Years ago, when I started the minute, we'll get to the gentle just a second. I got a pin in it. All right, we're getting back to this. This is important. Listen. Okay. Years ago, when I started doing these meditations, I started doing them a little later on with a man who was like an encyclopedia of knowledge when it came to psychic phenomena, universal, just, 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 he's just a encyclopedia of knowledge. I mean, so he found out what I was doing and wanted to do it with me. And he used hemisync technology. And so we did this thing where we would go in with a question that can't necessarily be, we don't necessarily have the answer about some universal topic or something like that. We don't necessarily can't find it in Google. And we would both go and talk to the same archangels, him with his hemisync and me. I just go. I'm a little too impatient for that. And along the way, so what we would do is we would, just to keep it clean, we wouldn't communicate. We'd have our questions and then we'd exchange emails. And then we would come back and talk about it. Over time, it was matching up too closely. I mean, it was really close. And I'm like, I don't trust it. So I went into meditation. I talked to Archangel Michael and I said, I don't know if I trust this. Okay. We're going to have to test him. I'm going to give him a code word. The code word is yellow. And I'm going to send him in. I'm not going to tell him who he's talking to. And if he comes back and gives me the code word, I will know that this is real and not my imagination. I will know that he's not deceiving me. I will continue doing this. So I said, somebody wants to talk to you, go into meditation. So he goes into meditation. About an hour later, I get this email back that says, I don't know who you wanted me to talk to, but Archangel Michael was there. And he said yellow and told me to leave. And I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. Okay, I'll do this. I'll keep doing it. So along the way, when they know that I need confirmation, they'll say something over me. They'll give me something that wasn't in my mind. And what it sounds like when I hear this is, it sounds like almost like your thoughts whispered in your mind, in your voice, but it's random all of a sudden, and it's not something you were thinking. And when that happens, it's very easy to ask a question and then, oh, that's exactly what I thought the answer would be. Well, you probably put it there. But when they come up with something or do something out of character that grabs your attention, then you know that that's real and that is illegitimate. Okay, you heard that right. You did a good job in getting that. So yesterday, and over time, yellow kind of turned into, everybody's got their comms, everybody's got their code words, and it kind of, for me and my followers, my community, it turned into our code word. And And then we start kidding around sometimes, after that. It was basically just a code word to let you know that it's me and not a scammer. Like if you ask them what the code word is. And then over time, we were all kidding around, like, yeah, if something really happens, or something's really coming, we'd probably use the code word. That code word thing. A lot of people use code words. Comms. I don't really get into that much. I just have one. So anyway, when I went into meditation yesterday, when I walked up, and I'll reach my hand out when I'm feeling kind of foggy to either Michael or Gabriel. And usually take my hand just like you would take anybody else's hand, and it's a connection thing. So like when I do that, it's a clearer connection, it's a stronger connection. But when I did that, he pulled my arm in, grabbed me at the elbow, and I grabbed him at the elbow. And I've seen them do this before, the archangels. It's almost kind of like a soldier thing. It's like it's interesting. So he did that, and I was like, and he said, "Are you ready?" Or what he said was, what I wrote down was a little different than what I wrote down. He said the political transition is underway. That came right after what he said, but what he said was, "Are you ready for the transition to take place?" And I'm like, "Yeah, let's do this. I'm ready. We're all ready." Okay. This is not a calm or anything or information from him simply about the political transition. It's about the whole thing. And what do we talk most about? So, the gentile for today is the political transition is underway. I started talking about the political, and sometimes I'll do things without even realizing. Like this morning, when I walked into the kitchen and I had washed, I hand wash everything with the dishes. I don't mess around because I'm going to do wash it first, put it in the dishwasher, wash it again. Might as well just put it in hot soapy water, scrub the hell out of it. So I put it in there drying on the sink. Got all these coffee cups. And I chose this one. And I'm thinking, when I chose that one, I wasn't really thinking about it. I was just like, well, probably won't go with my outfit, but okay. And then when I was getting dressed today, I put on this ring. You can't really see it, but it's citrine. It's yellow. Anyway, so I started out with the political. I normally start out with the RV news yesterday. And sometimes I do things that mean something, and I don't even realize it till later. And I look back and I go, oh, yeah. Yeah, I see it now. Political transition is underway. What happens at the DNC convention, I asked. Kamala takes the lead and is confirmed as the presidential. Everybody supports her as the presidential candidate, okay? They try to bribe the public. Going to see more of that. They're going to have all these pitches. Oh, we're going to do this, and we're going to do that, and we're going to save the children, and we're going to do all this stuff that you guys want, and it's all a bunch of crap, okay? We're going to give you all this free stuff. That's what you're going to see out of the convention. The public perception of the DNC is met with backlash. That is coming and going to increase. What we're going to see coming is more info comes out about the current president, vice president, and running mate The only chance the dark side has is to try to arrest Trump. I got another missing piece today. I don't know where I want to stick that in. I'll put it in at the end. Hang on. You know how I trail off. I remind myself to do that. And it is there. And the font went black. There we go. Okay. More public figures leave or are met with a tragic end. We have already seen Gentel confirmations coming out yesterday of that, and that will continue. I feel like that's going to start snowballing. Oh my God, I forgot I wrote this down. And that really, this is cool. This is cool. This is a cool story. Okay. I see the cancellation of the U.S. election and an interim government structure take place. This is where I am going to insert the missing piece. And nobody could ever figure out. We stopped right there. Nobody could ever figure out how that's going to happen. Right. We've got all these scenarios running around. How's that going to happen? Well, when's that going to happen? So I asked Gabriel today, is there anything you've told me before? Any missing pieces to this puzzle that you could remind me of or tell me about? And nothing came. And so I went around doing my hair, going around getting ready for the show and stuff. And so I was talking to him again, and I said, any missing pieces? He says, underwater cables. Possibility of the underwater cables cut. There's a threat. Now, I believe it's the dark side that wants to do this. But because of the war scenario going on right now, they may just have one of the other alliance members do this. So they can't. And I said, why would they do that? Can't reach the servers. So, communications down. What he said was all ledgers safe during that time. Don't panic. Don't panic about this is after the RV. And what I said, when is that going to happen? I said, is it before or after the RV? And he said, instead of saying after, like I said, he said something that stuck out to me that I wasn't thinking. He said, in the next sentence. And I went, sentence. So, and what did we get? What also did we get in the Gentel yesterday? No one wants war. They either arrest Biden or kill off the character to make room for Kamala to take office now. That is one possible plan that they will try. The only thing they have left, and where did I miss that? Sorry. Yeah. Okay. So it's somewhere in here. Didn't I write that down? That is weird. The only thing that they have left, besides, this missing piece I just got, because they got no way to win. The only way they can do it is cheat. So that makes me think that the White Hats cut the cables. Okay? The only thing they've got left is this sentence and to put Trump in jail. Now, if they get some judge to say, yeah, he's got to go to jail, maybe that's when they cut the cables. Maybe that's when everything snowballs. That's when we lose communications. Big crisis. Military moves in. Can't see what they're doing, pulling everybody out of office. They get in there, and all of a sudden, everything comes back, or maybe it's just within our country. Some kind of makeshift Wi-Fi or whatever. We switch over to a system, and all of a sudden, EBS. I think that is a possible plan. Okay. RV news. The plan is to send out notifications during the convention, Wednesday through Friday, this week. I wrote, we will see how the week progresses. Many plans in place politically in the USA. So when I looked at it yesterday, all these moving pieces, very confusing. A lot of possibilities here on how to proceed and what could happen. A lot of plays on the other side, trying to just mess things up, create chaos, stuff like that. Now, watch the markets after Kamala, after everybody endorses her, okay? Because everything's going to start falling. Not to a place that's catastrophic, but it's going to start falling. As far as a huge total crash, I'd say if they actually get a sentence that says Trump has to go into jail, that's going to be a world market. And we've got Kamala running, everything's going to fall in the toilet. That would probably be mid-September. Unless they pushed it off again. I don't know. Last I heard it was like September 18th or something like that for his sentencing. All right. So the numbers will rise and fall and be in a place to proceed. And the last thing, this is what I was talking about. That's why I was telling you that sometimes they'll say things that just kind of catch off guard. To get out of my way, because I'm thinking. Okay. He said, everyone, and this is in the RV news, in the RV news section, at the very end, everyone is watching the parade. And what have we got? What you got in parades? You got clowns. You got pomp and circumstance and music and bands and a lot of movement and activity and balloons and all kinds of things going on, right? Kind of looks like the DNC convention, doesn't it? And who would be watching that? The other side? And would that be a nice distraction? I believe it would. Now, years ago, a couple years ago, I was doing fun shows. Okay. Until everything got really serious and we focused completely on all this stuff. And I was meeting with what I called the new team, which was a team of archangels and Jesus sitting at this I'd go and meet them at this conference table in this very Shangri-La looking place in heaven. And Jesus would sit at the end of the table, and I would ask my questions. One day I asked him, when we were talking about then more political than the RV, um, because that's just when I decided, just one day, bing, to go buy some. It's not something I do. I don't invest in anything. Very task at hand kind of person. Like, how much do we need? What do we got coming? You know, let's keep it on hand. You don't need to be putting money into anything that's going to happen someday. That's not who I am. I don't do that. Well, I decided to do it. And I was asking how we win this war. And that's when he told me that we have to take the enemy's power, and that is their money. And he told me that all their power centers around their ability to control the money. And you have to take that away or you'll never win. And I said, God wins? And he said, yes. And I said, when does God win? And he showed me a calendar. It's floating in the air. And I looked at it, and he was pointing to the, pretty much the second half or close to the end of August. And at the time, I think I was in June or something like that. It was, I don't know, maybe spring. And he's looked at me and he said, August 23rd, God wins. And we were talking about when they took the power back from the enemy. Now, August 23rd came and went, and at the time, valid, all this information, this paperwork was coming out about everybody signing up for Nasara Jasara. That is when, and at the time, I got that they had 1 year or something to get, so everybody was in compliance. So everybody was in, everything was in order. Well, it's been 2 years. Maybe it was 2 years. I don't know. It has been pushed off time and time again because this is the hardest fought war ever that we are aware of. Because most of the time, wars are fought for territories, power over territories. This is a war for the entire financial system worldwide. And because of that system, they have been able to buy off and control humanity in any way that they wish. Not as quickly as they wanted, but still. I think God wins this August. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say that I think that the Gentile that I thought might not be right, could be right, is. And I'm pretty excited. And I can't tell you everything I know because I don't want to mess it up. But I think everybody should count everything again. Get your lists in order. Make sure you've got supplies because we don't know how fast this other stuff's going to come creeping up behind. But I think everything's a go. If you ask me, and in my opinion, little psychic lady, I'd say yellow. I'd say yellow. But remember, Still a war. I'm really excited. I'm really excited. Oh, and the other things. So we're going to go over the other things that we were told in the past that I have glazed over. Michael told us it would happen in the dark of night when no one's looking. What is the same? What basically says the same thing later? Everyone's watching the parade. I always saw it all happening in the fall. As much as I wanted to say, no, it's happening now. This is how you can screw up timelines. Or they just moved. I always ask for truth. And it's not just me getting these numbers. So I'm thinking it's just been pushed and pushed and fought hard for. Lately, I told you guys the story about my lottery story. All these years, like when Brett and I first got together, I was always dreaming about the lottery. It was something, when everything got stressful, I just said, no, let's not end up on anxiety medication. Let's just dream about something and not think about it right now. Well, just think about the lottery, what I would do, And he asked me one day, how much are we going to win on the lottery? I said, $424 million. This came out. And so, I should have never done that because forevermore he wouldn't accept anything but 424 million. But what over time that 424 became a sign to us. Of course, we didn't win the lottery, because it was just a dream of mine. But over time, that 424 became a sign of abundance is coming. Like that kind is coming. And in the last week, without thinking about it, almost freaky weird yesterday. I mean, I went to Walmart. Everywhere I looked, every receipt, just everywhere. And I wasn't looking for it. I really, like I said, I'm not one that does that. Like, okay, where's my sign? I just wait till it hits me in the face and then I know. Because there's no point in getting fake signs. It's like looking for orbs in pictures. There's always going to be something there. Doesn't mean it's a spirit. Okay? Sometimes it's dust and water, and there's always some kind of explanation. But when it hits you in the face like that, and you're not looking for it, then you know. It's coming. I don't know what else to say. I mean, it's coming. I'm just serious. I'm not going to say anything else. Because I don't want to mess it up. I don't want to mess it up. So we're just going to know, okay? Everyone sees this damn cup, right? Everybody got it. You all got that, right? Pretty sure. Pretty damn sure. And I was so stressed out about the emails this morning. And I was just like, oh my God, I hate being late on anything. I really do. I'm 4 days behind. I will get to them. If you are in there, don't email me more than once, okay, please? Because then I'll I'm on number 400 down here. And if you email me again at number, at number 200 and 130 and everything else, I'm like, did I schedule that? Then I start double scheduling things. Oh, who sent me this cup? There was no name or return address, and usually when somebody sends me things, what does this say? Wait a minute. Oh my God. It's been sitting here on my desk for like a week, and today I just decided to remember to pick it up. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. What does it say? May your cup always overflow. It says with love. My cup runneth over. What does that mean? Abundance. It's just coming in from all directions, people. It's coming in from all directions. So whoever sent me that, thank you. I love it. I love big, giant, massive cups. Okay, that I can stick my whole hand in. This is some weird thing I have. And that is why it was interesting this morning when I picked the yellow cup, because I cannot stick my whole hand in there. Not really. It's a couple fingers. It's a smaller one. I can't have, like, my 3 gallons of coffee in it. It's a smaller, daintier cup. It says, good morning, sunshine. And it's yellow. It's not, I always choose like a blue. Duh. Do I like blue? Yeah. Blue, white, something like that. Something to coordinate with the background. I don't really wear yellow. So this morning when I went to get the cup, I actually paused when I picked it up. And I'm like, there's a bigger cup available. And it was one of those I need a big coffee cup morning. So I paused for a second and I'm like, do I want that cup? And then I'm like, yeah, that's fine. I got a call I had to take this morning, and led me to ask some more questions, which I cannot share because I feel like if I were to share any of that information that I received this morning, some of it, I don't want to mess anything up, and I don't want like anybody knocking on my door. So we're good. I mean, this is getting good. I mean, I'm having fun now. I mean, if you didn't think this was real before, oh, you will. You most definitely will. So if you've got like, I got to do that again. I got to add this to the, if you got like FedEx sitting around with some, stuff that you just might happen to pick up a little bit more of, put it on the list, get it all counted, get it all together. I don't know exactly how this is going to go. I just know we're ready to go in many areas. So when they say be ready, yeah, we're all ready. Make sure. And side note, like cutting cables, I really see that coming a little later. A month or so. Possible scenario, possible way. There's never just one way with this plan. Because if they screw up the one way, we cannot lose. Another thing Michael told us about the financial a long time ago. Once you start this, you can't stop it. I don't know if Michael or Gabriel, but you can't stop it. That ball has been rolling. I think we're getting to our turn. So, whoever sent me that cup, thank you very much. I absolutely love it. I don't really have anything else to share. Ever since this morning, I've been completely immersed in this. We are going to have so much fun. This is going to be fun. This is really going to be fun. And we are going to have so many friends and get togethers to attend. That's going to be great. It's going to be so much fun. Um, crap. What time is it? My God, that really just flew by, didn't it? Yeah, I got to get going. But I think I've said everything that you need today. And I think it was the best thing that I could possibly say for you today. You've all done very well. You've all kept the faith. Yeah, we had some moments there. Okay? Don't worry about that. Y'all kept the faith. You didn't give up. You fought a good fight. Now it's time to win. And we're going to win big. We are going to win big. I am excited. That's all I have to say. Okay. I love you guys. So like, okay, so if we lose like internet like next month, there's the whole signal thing. I don't really know if that's going to work for communications. We've got a group over there. Mine is full. Susan Gratz has one. I don't know if that's going to work, but I'm sure just so that we can keep things working. I think that's basically just communications, cross between countries. I'm not sure what that's going to look like. But understand that I will pop up at some point in time. Okay? There may be things I can't talk about, or I might have to go quiet for a while. We might all have to go quiet for a while. But we will get together again, and we will meet up, and we will have our big get-together blowout in Vegas, which I'm looking forward to, because Mama loves Vegas for like 4 days. After that, I'm done. But I don't know. I've never been in Vegas where I didn't run out of money or have to say, well, that's enough of that. We got to go home. This is too expensive. And it really is expensive in Vegas. But I am really excited. I can see the whole get together in my mind. I always have. I can see the room. I can see everybody sitting at these round tables with tablecloths. I mean, and I just realized the other day that when I was thinking about it, I could see it. So it is going to happen. All right. It's coming up fast. Really fast. Okay, love you guys. Have a great day. Bye.